Ooh, shit has begun. Holy shit, I did not see this happening. This is daylight in Iran, right? This is daylight time. It's surprising the attack is happening during daylight. But Israel, USA also has started attacking Iran. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping towards deterrent element. Like it's gonna be a deterrent. It's gonna be a deterrent. No way it's gonna be a conflict. War is never good, and now the attack has started. I don't know where this goes from here and how heavy the attack is. It's America. I said that. Like, why would they back down? Right? They're such an OCD people. They probably thought of 100 million different scenarios the way Iran can respond, and they already have an answer to that. USA will gonna attack, and they did. It's happening right now as we speak. This is Enforcer live. So let's check it one.
Breaking news happening right this second. Bandar Abbas is under attack.
Yes.
Airstrikes are currently attacking Bandar Abbas as we speak. That's a very significant naval port. Have the Russians left that, by the way? Did we get word that the Russians had already left? They haven't left?
From what we know, the Stoichi is still moored inside of Bandar Abbas at this moment, so there's a potential for collateral.
Yeah, so the Russians are currently docked, as far as we're aware, at Bandar Abbas. The U.S. is currently sending missiles into that location as we speak.
The ships are literally there. So this is USA basically bombing the shit out of it, their destroyers. All the destroyers are bombing it. $1 trillion of defense technology. And yeah, this is like an example.
Russians are apparently still there, by the way, in Bandar Abbas. The Iranian naval forces are the main target, but we don't know if there's going to be collateral. We don't know that. So right now, very, very interesting. Bandar Abbas was one of the top targets that we were waiting for right now. So I don't know what's going to happen with this, but they're currently striking right in the middle of the whole situation, literally right now.
Let me see really quickly if I can get any further developments on the Stoichi. And really quickly to let y'all know this, because this has been a point of interest on our channel for a minute. The Russians sent one corvette, this one right here called the Stoichi. The Stoichi, as we like to call it, just to be.
Oh my God! So the Stoichi is at that port, and Trump's like, I don't care. Basically, that Rocky image. If it dies, it dies. They just attack the port. They don't care. Russians were probably hoping no way America's gonna attack while our ship is there. They would not risk war with us. Yeah, you don't know Trump. That's what it is.
Honest with you, they sent this thing down to Bandar Abbas to get involved in Iran's live fire exercise within the Strait of Hormuz called Operation Control the Strait. And from what we understand, the Stoichi is still within Bandar Abbas at this moment, moored possibly within this location. I'll actually show you within the port, at this pier right here. We believe it might still be there, and let me see if I can get any further news. So it does appear that on the 19th it was still there. That appears to be one of the most recent posts about the vessel. But I have not ever heard news that it left.
Okay, if they left, it's probably like America's like, yeah, this shit is happening, move now, or else. And the Russians like, yeah, fair enough, walk away. I'm not choosing attack with the USA while the Ukraine thing is still going on. Oh my God, this is like all the people in my videos are saying it. We're gonna sink aircraft carrier, this and that. Shit has begun. Let's see what kind of attack Iran can do. They're already planning that. Like they're shutting off, Iran is shutting off things, which means Iran is planning to respond attack now. That's going to be interesting, how US defends it. Imagine if they can actually attack, actually strikes down an aircraft carrier. Imagine that shit. Imagine the Chinese missile that they say they have actually strikes down aircraft carrier. The geopolitical shift that we do.
Bandar Abbas, it might still be there at the moment. So that means that there is the potential of a Russian corvette getting hit, or at least getting moderately or lightly damaged from nearby explosions from the U.S. strikes that are currently happening within the port.
What? They are damaged Russian ship? Oh God, this is like glows off shit, right? It's like, I don't care anymore. All the stigmas of the past, you can't attack, you can't touch me. Okay, if you're gonna park there, you're gonna get damaged. I don't care what you're gonna do. Trump is going at that level. Right? And whatever attack Iran's going to do, I'm sure Aegis system will just basically brush it off.
It's also likely that they may be weighing anchor and immediately setting out from Bandar Abbas right now in the midst of the explosions, which is also a likelihood as well, but we generally will have to kind of wait and see on that one at the point right now. We don't really know the condition of the Stoichi, but last we had heard the Stoichi was still inside of Bandar Abbas, meaning that a Russian vessel could possibly get hit and damaged as collateral that was not actually intended to be hit within the strikes right now, or it may get hit deliberately. We're not really sure. We'll have to wait and see. We do have a picture though of an explosion in Elam.
So here's my question: How long has it been? Has it been? I've lost track of time at this point. Has it been about an hour or two since the attack started? Like, is that the time frame we're working with, or about an hour? An hour and
that channel AI Telly posted a little video. I'm like, okay, that's a weird time. It doesn't post during this time. And I saw the comments. I'm like, maybe I'll react. I saw the comments. The dude literally was waiting to post it. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Comments like, yeah, it's happening now. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck?
And a half. Yeah. So it's an hour and a half in, and we haven't seen an Iranian response. That's a bad sign for the Iranians. They have not mounted a response in an hour and a half, and they knew this was coming eventually, so that I would assume they were ready for some.
What happened to the jammers? I got those comments as well. We have a certain type of jammers that basically destroys all like targeting of ages and everything. Yeah, sure, you have a jammer that can jam $1 trillion technology and more. You think money is just something like America just puts number to things? How are you going to jam American technology? Of course it didn't work. It didn't jam. Look at that. Look at those SAMs didn't work because explosions are happening. You didn't intercept missiles. This is what I was saying. What are you talking about? You can't fight USA.
Something. So I think they were caught off guard quite badly. So we don't know if it's because they can't get their officials together to make a decision. We don't know.
Oh God, I hope casualties are not that much, right? War is fucked up, man. This is city. Look at that. I mean, judging from America, they're probably surgically striking military things. So casualties are low. That's what I'm going to assume. In the end of the day, you can talk all you want. You can go back and forth like, oh, Iran, USA, I'm pro-Iran, I'm pro-USA. War is fucked up. Nobody likes war. I hope casualties are not there because common people are the one that gets screwed, right? I mean, common people, you always like it, whether it's the, like regime screws them or like some kind of strike screws them. I hope Iranian people are fine, man. This is fucked up.
Maybe the sites have been hit and struck and they can't launch anything. We don't know what it is exactly. I'm seeing some people saying there's alerts popping off in Israel, but there's been alerts going off in Israel for the last hour or so. So we haven't heard of any confirmed launches at Israel as of the second. So, I mean, it seems a bit strange that we haven't seen a response yet.
Also, I have to point out something incredibly important here.
Dude, they put Ford carrier at Israel with Alibak destroyers and the submarines and everything. You don't know the level of flex that is. I dare you launch missile at Israel and see what happens. That is what that is. US is like, we've been spending $1 trillion every year. We're going to show you now what that means. You can't touch us. This is the flex. America doesn't have to be there. We'll just send our ships. And that's as powerful as any military. This is the flex. This is what I was saying, like Iran can't fight America. What you talking about?
Can confirm a plume of white smoke rising from an explosion within Elam, Iran. This confirms that transport reactor launchers are highly likely getting hit at this moment that are already carrying missiles, as generally we only see white smoke coming from the explosions or fires of solid rocket propellants, which are highly likely the propellants that are used in the short-range and intermediate-range ballistic missiles being carried on board the transporter reactor launchers, meaning that right now the Israelis are already starting to target and destroy transporter reactor launchers that were primed to fire within Western
That's the thing. For Israelis, this is not even new. They did that in October, right? So for them, like, yeah, we've been doing this. And now US is there, so they can do it even more. This is what's happening. It was always going to be like this. It was never like, oh, USA is attacking. No. Israel, you attack. I'm sitting back here. I'll put support. This is why I'm here. So Israeli can just do the thing. This is US attack. This is how they would do it. Okay, here's a video I found about news. Like, this is literally happening now. It's very hard to find non-live video. This is from Al Jazeera English. Israel launches attack on Iran and US as well. We know US is involved. US is launching missiles.
Against Iran, that's according to Israel's defense minister. Apparently, air raid sirens have been heard in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Witnesses say that they've also heard explosion in Iran's capital, Tehran. Sirens sounded in Israel as Israel warns of the possibility of missiles. That's the latest breaking news we're getting here. Let's just stay with this story and bring in Al Jazeera's Noor O'Day. She's in Ramallah for us in the occupied West Bank. Noor, just tell us what's going on in Israel at the moment.
Well, right now, the Israeli army has confirmed that it has launched what it calls a preemptive attack against Iran. It has declared a state of emergency throughout the country and asked citizens to be close to a shelter, whether in their homes, a safe room, or a public shelter. For now, there are no details about the targets of those attacks, but we understand that this is a campaign that Israel has launched, of course, in line with its publicly stated policy that Iran poses a threat.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of knew that. So right now, shit is happening. I was really trying to find, like, is there more, like, given out details there? Obviously, it's not. When the dust settles, we'll know, like, I'm sure the videos will come in 24 hours, which I'll react to, how it actually happened and how it was done. But this shit is happening now as we speak. I'm going to post video of this now. So this is happening now. I'm sure as I put this video, a lot of people are going to be surprised as well. Like, I didn't even know this was happening. Yeah, there you go.
Is trying to do ground raids as well with special forces. We had wondered if they would do that, but we don't know for certain. So we'll have to wait and see with that. But also, by the way, we are being told by the IDF that sirens are being sounded in several areas across Israel, as apparently many missiles have been identified toward Israel. So currently the IDF is trying to intercept these threats before they even get to the airspace. But right now, we don't know how many have been intercepted
I mean, damn, this is some... yeah, Iran's going to launch instantly as soon as explosion started against Israel. And at the Cyprus, as you can see, this is where Ford is, literally touching Israel. All Arleigh-Burke destroyers are there. All Aegis system is there. Yeah, they have like many systems there. They have F-35s, no, F-18s and F-35s are from Israelis. Yeah, they're going to intercept a lot of incoming missiles. It depends. If Iran goes insane and launches hundreds of ballistic missiles, a lot of them will pass through, because you can't just stop everything. Like, there's going to be munition limit
as of right now. So that is the breaking news.
And we are, of course, waiting for the arrival of Iranian missiles within Israeli airspace. We're highly likely getting footage of that here literally within minutes. The Iranian missiles at the earliest should be making their way into Israeli airspace in about 3 minutes. So we are still waiting at the moment for that right now. Unless if the warning was issued literally instantaneously. If that was the case, then this may still be a little whiles away, maybe 10 minutes or so. So we were currently waiting on that. But I can say, Matthew, just as a little bit of an aside here for a moment, our analysis, at least as far as how these strikes would go, was generally dead on the nail leading up to this. It appears that they're going after the Iranian government within the provinces, the central Iranian government inside of Iran, and also trying to wipe out their navy and air defenses from the very get-go. That's quite literally the analysis that I laid out specifically on the show leading up in the days to these strikes to happen right now.
Yeah, it appears so. It appears that shock and awe was the strategy that's being used. And like I mentioned before, it seems like it's working pretty well. Like, shock and awe has definitely shocked the hell out of the Iranian government. They're barely able to function.
Oh, here you go, Fox News just posted this video.
We join you right now with breaking news from the Middle East. Israel has launched preemptive airstrikes against the Islamic Republic of Iran, going after a variety of positions inside the country. Israel's Defense Minister Israel Katz declaring a special state of emergency across the country. Just moments ago, air raid sirens were sounding here in Israel's second largest city of Tel Aviv and across major population centers here in the Middle East, warning civilians to stay close to protected areas, to bomb shelters, understanding that in the minutes and hours ahead, Israel may come under direct Iranian attack. We are getting a new statement from Israel's Defense Minister, Israel Katz. He says, in part, the state...
May is kind of like a stretch. It's not may. It will happen. Iran will launch a shit ton of ballistic missiles, especially after the standoff with America. Now it's different. Now Iran will launch as much as missiles as they can.
Of Israel has launched a preemptive strike against Iran. Defense Minister Israel Katz declares a special and immediate state of emergency across the entire country. The state of Israel has launched a preemptive strike against Iran to remove threats to the state of Israel. As a result, a missile and UAV drone attack is expected against the state of Israel and its civilian population in the immediate time frame. Remember, there has been an ongoing U.S. military buildup across the region for the past 2 months. The world's largest aircraft carrier, the USS Gerald R. Ford, is now just off the coast of Israel, near to the northern city of Haifa. You have the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group in the Arabian Sea, a variety of U.S. destroyers in locations across the region, and of course U.S. fighter jets not only here in Israel but also in places like Jordan. You heard just last night President Trump talking about what he prefers, a peaceful and diplomatic path that was offered to the Iranians, understanding, though, that they have been incredibly difficult in the past to reach agreements with. And while the president sent his negotiators to the region, to Oman.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, Iron Dome was kind of lacking with its missiles because they used it last time a lot, and they literally had munition issues. Now it makes sense. If a Ford carrier is there, there could have been a communication with America. Like if you send your Aegis system and Ford carrier here with its all Alibag destroyers, we can attempt to attack Iran. So you can defend us against the incoming ballistic missile. You become Iron Dome for us. That could be one of the reasons. F-22s are in the area, Iraq, basically in the middle, which can intercept ongoing missiles towards Israel. This is all planned out shit, right? When the dust settles, we'll know how much of like what hit, how many missiles went through, if it did, and what kind of like damage it happened, right?
And then ultimately to Geneva, Switzerland over the past month. Both U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and his son-in-law Jared Kushner, ultimately the coordination was happening at the highest level, we understand, between the Americans and the Israelis if a decision was made to launch such a strike. And so we are waiting to get additional information from Israeli and American sources to determine what exactly has taken place. But I'm going to give you all of the updates that we are getting in right now as we receive them. We understand, according to the transportation minister of Israel, that Israel has now closed its airspace to civilian flights. Again, this is a precaution, understanding that the Israelis now are bracing for a variety of incoming possible ballistic missile.
I mean, it will happen. This is not about if, it will happen, especially with the talks and standoff with America. Everything, even like Netanyahu said last time when they happened, like he asked Trump and America to do it and got permission. This is going to be no different. They literally asked, probably Trump was like, yeah, we're not going to do it ourselves. We'll here as a defenders, you attack. This is like a move they're pulling. So Iran doesn't directly try to attack the carriers. Because US can say, like, we didn't attack you, Israel did. And if you attack us now, that basically opens up possibilities for us to do many things. And Iran's not going to risk that. So Iran going to attack Israel. Not going to touch the boats. But then again, there are some, like, we just saw the enforcement. There are some reports saying, like, US launched certain missiles at ports, like destroyers. That would mean it's a conjunction to Israel and US is doing it together. We have to, like, wait for us to settle, like, in 24 hours. We'll have many videos popping up. But yeah, shit has started. Now, again, a lot of Trump's generals told him this is not Venezuela. This might last, long. So this is not going to be like Midnight Hammer. Oh, it happened if they went home and the news is out. This might be a long-term thing. We might hear things happening every day now, right? This might be a longer-ass thing. Or maybe Iran might just, like, calm down a bit, like, let's talk. Maybe it might calm down. I don't know. But this is just fucked up, man. Civilians might get caught between this shit in Israel and Iran, right? Yeah, I don't know. But at least I can think like this. When America strikes, I know they're very precision attacks. And they're not going to risk any civilian casualties. So American strikes at least is going to be at military installation and like radars and things like that. Right, well, I guess I'll make the video when, like more info come out.